Let me bring in Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Conricus. He's on the line with us as well, former international spokesman for the IDF and now a senior fellow at the Foundation for Defence of Democracies. Welcome, Jonathan, on this happy day. We've spoken so many times, haven't we, over the past 2 years, but today truly is a day of great relief here in Israel, isn't it?
It is, and it's a change of setting, shalom. It is really a happy day for once to see our brothers home, and hopefully all of the Israeli hostages will be returned. We know that all of the live are now in Israel, and that is a major milestone. No more live Israeli hostages in the hands of Hamas terrorists. That is very big, because whatever happens forward from here, however this may go and whatever will happen in Sharm el-Sheikh, and however well the Trump plan will develop, at the end of the day, a major restraint on Israel and a major limiting of Israeli capacities has been lifted. So it's so great to see Israelis rejoined with their families, and they look relatively okay. Judging by the pictures that I've seen and what I've heard from Israeli officers and medical personnel. So there's so much to be grateful for. It's a long road ahead. And as we take this breather and sigh of relief, we know that this isn't really peace, and it's a ceasefire, and hopefully it'll turn to something bigger. But currently, very big events ahead. Right. Looking at Hamas disarm, yeah.
Just that is what Israel's saying, that this is a ceasefire and nothing more. President Trump is saying something quite different. He says the war is over. Do you see a difference there?
Oh, yeah, I see a significant difference. And, at the risk of contradicting President Trump, I would say that, this is a ceasefire that can, if the full deal is implemented, or 80-90% of the deal is implemented, maybe one day will turn into peace. But we're realists, and definitely after October 7, I think we have learned enough that we cannot just believe in what we want to believe, that we actually have to listen to what our enemies and adversaries are saying. And in this case, it's pretty clear what Hamas is saying. They don't want to hand over their weapons. They've been using the ceasefire in order to settle scores with dissidents and people that they don't like in Gaza, rival clans, and people that have dared to challenge Hamas's control over Gaza. And they have said recently, as of yesterday on Sky News, that no, they don't want to disarm. If they don't disarm, then the only good thing that has come out of this deal only, and I say that with, of course, it's a tremendous thing, is the return of the hostages. If Hamas doesn't disarm, then the war isn't over. Israel cannot go back to normal because we won't have ensured security for Israelis. So let's hope that Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey will apply the necessary pressure on Hamas to force Hamas to relinquish weapons and to relinquish control over Gaza. If that doesn't happen, then the so far not publicly available appendixes to the agreement. We know of the official agreement with the 20 points, but the interesting stuff hasn't been published, and I don't think it will be. Then they will come into effect, and then we will know what the Israeli negotiation team agreed with the American negotiation team and what really will happen.
And I just want to ask you, as someone who for the past 2 years has done a really valiant job going into those foreign TV news studios, defending our troops, defending the heroes who have fallen fighting this Islamist terror in Gaza. What is your message to the families of the 468 IDF soldiers who fell fighting and who made the release of these hostages today possible?
Well, it's a tremendous debt of gratitude. And every time that, I go into an interview, whether it's somewhere more hostile, usually British media, or somewhere less hostile, I always remind myself that I have an assignment, a job, to speak on behalf of the Jewish people, on behalf of the state of Israel, but not in an official capacity. And being a soldier myself, I know for certain, and for me it's clear as the light of day, that none of this would have happened, even with an amazing president like President Trump, None of this would have happened had it not been for the stamina, the belief, the convictions, the professionalism, the strength, and the bravery of the amazing men and women of the IDF and the commandos who lead them. And every day that goes by, we sadly still have to remember that. And wherever we go in Israel, we see the stickers of soldiers. You go to a music concert, you see flags of soldiers that fell. You go to, pump gas at whatever gas station, there are stickers of fallen soldiers. It's everywhere, but we really should remember and think of and pay our tribute to. And I think what the IDF has done is to really one of the most amazing accomplishments from the lowest and deepest and most humiliated starting point ever faced by Israel for sure, but probably by any other military. Maybe Pearl Harbor is similar, but to start the war from such a low point and then to finish, or at least be in this position now, where most of our big enemies have been defeated and where there's significant progress against Hamas, and most importantly, no more live hostages in the hands of Hamas. That is no small achievement, and very, very thankful for the men and women in uniform, also Mossad, Shabak, police, all of the security forces who continue to shoulder that burden of responsibility.
Jonathan Conricus, thank you very much indeed.